Hey guys, it's Derek with D&K Reptiles. Down here in the Rattery tonight, going to be answering a question, and the question of the night is, when should I start breeding my own rats? Or should I start breeding my own rats? That is the question we're going to answer. We're going to put our opinion on that tonight. But before we do that, do me a favor, do all that fun stuff down below. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you drop us a comment. Let us know if you like the video. Hit that notification bell, set it to all so that you don't miss another one of our videos. That would be great. And again, welcome to our channel. If you're new, thank you for watching. And I hope that you will like the video. So like I said, going to be answering a couple questions tonight as to whether or not you should breed, when you should start breeding your own rats, and if it's right for you. Give me just a second. I want to turn these fans off so you guys can hear what I'm saying, and we'll get into this. All right. So, question is, should I breed my own rats, or when should I start breeding my own rats? Well, guys, that's a great question. For me, or for us here at D&K Reptiles, we started breeding our own rats when we had 7 ball pythons. At that point, it just became outrageous to buy ball pythons to feed weekly. We were spending $50 to $60 a week on rats to feed 7 ball pythons. That's kind of, it gets expensive. So we started breeding our own. Now that could vary for you. Maybe you're not buying ball pythons, or you don't have snakes that you're going to be breeding. So you don't need to worry about producing your own rats to feed, because you're not going to have that many. That's cool, totally fine. But if you're like me, new to the business, your collection is growing, and that collection is snakes, ball pythons. It gets expensive, so you might want to start breeding your own rats. The next question that you usually get after that is, what's it take to breed and raise rats? Guys, it's pretty simple. Rats, my rat room, I keep my rat room, it stays anywhere between 70 to 75 degrees. The highest it ever gets is 80. That's about the temperatures they like. They don't like the same temperatures as what your snakes or your ball pythons like. They like cooler temperatures, like I said, between 70 and 80 degrees. They're good with that. Other than that, guys, they're not really that hard. If you want to start breeding rats, it's as simple as getting a male and 2 females or 3 females and putting them together. 2 or 3 weeks later, you'll have babies. That's as simple as that, guys. Food and water, water every day, change waters every day, food every day. Simple setups. I'll flip you around here in a minute, show you some of the setups that I have. I keep 2 males in the house. All the rest of my rats that are in house are female. I've got 2 future females that I'm going to be breeding once they're big enough. And then we feed same type of food as Missouri. It's just a different name. It's Oxbow brand. We get this from a ranch and farming store here near us. And this is what we feed. Like I said, same kind of concept as Missouri. I know Missouri is the best. I know everybody recommends Missouri. But like I said, the same kind of concept. It's still the pellets, the high protein pellets that they like. We feed these to our rats. We also feed a seed mixture, sunflower seeds, stuff like that. We mix in. I consider this more of a treat, but let me get this out for you and show you. We also throw this in with those pellets. Just gives them a little something extra. Sorry about that, guys. Let me tip this down just a little bit. There we go. All right, so as you can see, it's got the corn, got your sunflower mixture in there. If you are gonna feed, if you're just gonna buy sunflowers, make sure you guys buy the black sunflower seeds. You don't want to buy regular sunflower seeds that we eat. Not good for your rats. Buy the black sunflower seeds. It's better for them. Like I said, I feed a mixture of the pellets and the seeds. It's a good diet. You can also feed your rats pretty much any kind of fruits and vegetables that you eat. There are some that aren't recommended. You can look those up online. I'm not going to go into all that stuff here. For bedding, guys, we use a bag of kiln dried pine that we get from a ranch, the same ranch and feed store that we get our food from. Like I said, just a big old bag of kiln dried pine. Make sure that it's kiln dried if you're going to use pine. Take all that stuff out of it. Regular pine is not good for rats. It's toxic to your rats, mice, and your reptiles. So don't use just straight pine. Make sure that it's kiln dried. You don't want to use straight pine. You will kill all your rats. So we went over food, we went over bedding, water, of course, every day we change waters, make sure that the water is clean. Ventilation, guys, I'm going to flip you around here and I'll show you what, you're going to need ventilation in your rat room. I'll show you how I do it, as well as I'll show you some of the setups. So let me pull you back here a little ways and we're going to flip you around right quick. Give me just a second here, guys. Alright, so as you can see for ventilation, I've got the fan up there in the window, blowing everything out. There's also a fan that's sitting next to me that circulates the air in the room and pushes that out the window up there. So that fan blows it out. As far as setups go, as you can see, I've got a variety of different setups, and I'll show you more that are sitting behind me. So as you see here, I've got the tub setup, or the rack setups. I'm working on building a rack. I haven't got that far yet, so that's why these are like this. But I've also got the homemade tub setups. Pretty simple. Drill a couple holes around, drill holes in the lid so they have ventilation, and you have yourself a setup. No heating pad required, nothing like that. If I do need to heat this room, I use a little space heater because, like I said, rats don't require the heat that your snakes are going to require. So, you know, not really too much to the setups, guys. Pretty general, basic setups. All those that you're looking at there are all females. The one in the top tub there in the middle is future females that we're going to be breeding when they get big enough. The one over there on this side over here is a retired girl that is no longer breeding. I just don't have a snake big enough to take her, so she's just living out the rest of her days happy by herself. So it is recommended that when you do have rats, that you have them in pairs. They are social animals. They like to be with other rats. I just don't have another retired female to put with that girl, so she's by herself for right now. And then if you look over here in that tub over there, not the rat tub, but the tub with the lid, you might see that mom has babies with her. You might be able to, let me zoom you in, you can see kind of what she's got in there here. Maybe go one more time. So as you can see, little babies, she's got babies in there. She had, I think, 11 of them. So she's still with babies. Typically, you can breed female rats about 3 months of age. Some wait till 4 months, but typically you can breed a rat 3 months of age. Males you can breed as soon as their stuff drops. You can breed them. As far as housing them, you can house females together, guys. Perfectly okay as long as you introduce them right. Males are kind of different. I found that after males are with females, they get greedy, they get territorial. So I've found that housing my males separate after they're with females is kind of a priority. Otherwise you get fights, you get things going on that aren't necessary. So the two males that I keep in-house, I house them separate from each other so that I don't have any fights. And they each just get rotated through their girls. Each male gets between 2 and 3 girls each. And like I said, I just rotate them through. My males I keep over here on the side beside you. Hang on a minute, I'll rotate you over. Okay, so there's the male cage. One of my males is currently not in there because he's breeding with a female. But that's where I keep my males at, the 2 that I keep in-house. See if I can get you a shot of the male down there. There we go. So there's one of my males. Like I said, I only keep 2 in-house, and I just rotate through the females. If you come over behind here, there's where my other male is. Again, he's in with a female right now. So I keep a female in there as well. She's breeding right now. And then over here we have our mice. We do breed and raise mice as well. The reason we breed and raise mice is so that when we have hatchling ball pythons, we have a meal for them to eat when they're ready to eat. They currently have babies the mice currently have babies right now, and then the bottom down there are previous litters that they've had. I don't feed mice on a regular basis, guys. I typically only feed mice if I have a picky snake that's not eating. I will throw a mouse in and typically they'll eat. But I don't feed my collection typically with mice. Like I said, I raise mice for the purpose of when I do have hatchlings, I'll have a meal for them to eat. So, but that's the mice. Again, they're a little more picky, they're a little more tricky to get going and have babies. It was pretty easy for me. I have heard that some people do have issues though getting them going. But pretty simple for me. Let me flip you back around here. All right. So, back you back off. All right. So, getting back to whether or not you should breed rats, guys, it's a lot of work. I'm not going to tell you that it's easy. We started out with, a male and 2 females, and this is what our colony of rats is now. It's work, it's a grind. When we first started this, I was spending, 10 to 30 minutes down here at most when I come down here to deep clean. Nowadays, I'm spending an hour to 2 hours down here when I come down here to deep clean, just because it's work. I change bedding out down here weekly. I change waters down here every day. The way I feed requires me to come down here and feed every day, and I do it that way because it gives me motivation to come down here. And so that's the way I like it. That's the way I do it. It might be different for you. Not everybody works the same way. Different strokes for different folks, right? You don't have to set it up this way. You don't even have to do it this way. This is just what works for me, guys. Anyway, what else? We went over food, went over setups, temps. Like I said, you're going to need some ventilation, bedding, kill drying pine. You can use aspen. You can use pretty much anything as long as it's not straight pine. Straight pine is toxic to your rats and reptiles. Don't recommend it. If you're going to use pine, use kiln dried pine. It takes all that harmful stuff out. I haven't had a problem with it, so highly recommend that you use kiln dried pine. But yeah, guys, they're pretty simple. Not too much to them. I typically leave a male in with my females for a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then not even a week after, maybe a week and a half, I typically have babies. The litters that you're going to get produce between 8 and 10. I have had, the last time I bred, I had a couple girls that produced 15, but that's rare. Typical litters, like I said, between 8 and 10, and they produce about every 3 weeks, usually like once a month, depending on how often you're breeding. As far as weaning them, I wean them off their moms at 4 weeks, and then they're by themselves for 2 weeks, and then I consider them weaned and they're moved on to whatever they're going to be used for. As far as having babies goes with these guys, there's really nothing to it, guys. They do all the work. You just have to kind of maintain the cleanliness of the enclosure and make sure that they have food and water. Other than that, rats pretty much take care of their own. They do their own thing. There's really not much to them. So yeah, like I said, the question was when or should I start breeding my own rats? My recommendation, if you've got 6 or more ball pythons, maybe you should consider it, breeding your own rats. Again, guys, it's not for everybody. It's a dirty job. It takes work. It's a grind. I come down here every day. I'm down here every day. I spend probably most part of my time, 50% of my time in the rat room. Even if I'm cleaning snakes, I'm back and forth in here. So it's work. It's just like owning a collection of ball pythons. It's all work, guys. It's a grind. If you're not willing to do the grind, then you probably shouldn't have rats. You probably shouldn't have snakes because it's all work. And that's just the way it goes. So great if you're willing to put in the time and the effort. You know, it's a lot less expensive to feed your snakes. You don't got to worry about trying to hunt down rats when you want to feed. You know, I don't have to go out and get feeders unless I'm completely out. I can feed my snakes when I want to, and I ain't got to count on anybody else, and I'm not paying a whole bunch of money to buy rats every week. So it's definitely better in the long run. We did start out with ASFs. I personally found that those took too long. They were too much work to start having babies. We got rid of them and went to the regular normal rats, and found that we've had success with those. Not against ASF. Great that, you know, it's great that we have those around, because it is, you know, suggested that they are better for our snakes. But they're a little more difficult to start out breeding, guys. So if you're if you just want to start breeding rats and you want a quick turnaround with it, I definitely recommend just normal rats. If you're looking to take your time, looking to grow it up a little bit, you can do ASF. They do take a little longer. They are a little more hygienic. They don't have the smell that rats have. They're a lot more cleaner. But like I said, they do take a while to produce. So that's all on you and how you want to do that. And yeah. But that's our rattery, guys. That's what we got going on. That's how we started breeding rats. Kind of when we started breeding rats was after we had 6 or 7 ball pythons. It just got too expensive, so we started breeding our own rats. And it's been great ever since. A lot cheaper, a lot less stress. We still do have to bring rats in occasionally to feed, but not as often as every week like we were doing. And we don't feed weekly here. If you've been following us, you know we feed bi-weekly. We are going into a feeding week on Friday night. We're going to be feeding. So we'll be breeding. I actually don't have any feeders currently right now because all of my females are breeding. But we'll be bringing rats in to feed on Friday night, so I'll let you guys know how that went in the next video. Been doing some short videos. Make sure you guys check that out. We did a short video of our baby mice. Did a couple snakes. We did our GHI male today. Put him on video. I know you guys have seen everybody, but we're doing short videos. And just doing long form videos in between to keep you guys updated. So make sure you guys are checking out the short videos. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Drop me a comment in the comment box below. Shoot me an email, dkreptiles2022@gmail.com. Be glad to chat with you. Big shout out to Jason Burton at Nico Exotics, great friend and mentor. Make sure you guys check him out: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those good social media platforms. Jason's a great guy, knows a lot about the business. So make sure you guys check him out. And until next time, guys, peace.